Today we are looking at fantasy for Ruben Diaz, very similar to his team of the year last year. 6'2", medium high, right footed, 2-star skill, 4-star weak foot. Can only play centre back. We are going to have a look at their fixtures now and talk about upgrades. So looking at the fixtures, Man City's first game that counts is going to be against Liverpool. Then they play Southampton, Leicester, Brighton, Arsenal, and then their last game is Fulham. Realistically, I can see them keeping 2 clean sheets, winning a game, and Ruben Diaz to start 3 of the games. Whether they go undefeated, I don't know. It's really hard to predict, especially against Liverpool and the likes of Arsenal as well. You just never know. The Premier League is so unpredictable. But that being said, he is looking like he's going to get at least a +1, a +2, and a +3. So he could be 93 rated. In terms of traits, we've got power, header, leadership, and solid player. Here are his in-game stats. Like I was saying earlier, we'll talk about chemstyles pricing, what I thought about the card, and much more at the end of the review on Footbin. Let's go jump into some gameplay, but have a word from today's sponsor first. Are you tired of playing sweat teams like this? Make sure you go to Alt Nice, select Foot 23 coins, choose which console and how many coins you'd like to buy, select your payment method, and don't forget to add code NANIC for 6% off on all orders. So today we are going to be playing in a 4-3-2-1 system. Ruben Diaz, of course, is going to be a centre-back. And the most crazy thing about this card is his pace boost. He has had a really high pace boost, you can see here on the ball now. Main job is just to defend, win any aerial threats. What is like in terms of weak foot composure, in terms of actually dribbling right now, he feels very responsive. One thing I've always liked about Ruben Diaz, especially last year, his Team of the Year card was unbelievable. If this card gets a +2 or +3, we could be looking at one of the best cards in the game, that's for sure. One of the best centre-backs as well. And being Portuguese means we get some nice links to other players. Got Diaz here trying to peel off, just sitting it in. Good run over. And that's what we want to do, is cover the space while the other centre-back comes in and tackles. Good balance again, good composure. Diaz there, clean up. Great tackling from Diaz, no player out. Picks it up, pass it through, and again, great composure from him. We've got the counter-attack underway. Diaz here, covering over, and again, fantastic tackle, good pass out. Get the transition underway. Diaz one-on-one, passing it away. He's getting scared to stay near him now, which is quite hilarious. So through, there's a goal, and there we are, 1-0 up. So far, 14 minutes in, looks like we're going to get a rage quit as well. Our opponent has not had a chance to get through. Diaz has been sitting in that pocket of space and basically managing the game so well. What I mean by this is his AI intelligence. So when I'm not using him, or a CPU, whatever you want to call it, when I'm not using him, he moves into the right position almost every single time. So when I do switch to him, he's already ready to tackle, which is absolutely massive. So he's here now, peeling away. Again, you can see just sitting in that space, ready to go. So if he does play that pass in, we've already covered it up. And then we can play it back to Diaz if we want. And then drill it into the midfield. Straight up through the winger there, actually. And now we've got ourselves a good counter-attack here. And if we want to reset the attack, we can. Diaz has got a good pass down the bottom. And again, absolutely great pass. That's 2 passes from Diaz. We've missed an easy header there. That's 2 passes from Diaz. One straight out to Nuno Tavares into a cross. You can't ask much more from a centre-back with that sort of passing ability. Because if you like to play out the back like I do, or dribble around, he's going to be really good for it. So you can see here, recovery speed, fantastic. Keeping him on side down to me. And forcing a bad cross from our opponent and a bad shot. And that's something that's really impressive with this card. I dread to think what he's going to be like when he gets a couple upgrades. And here is Diaz now recovered straight away from the corner. Good positioning, and then wins that tackle. He ran all the way from our opponent's box, all the way back, overtook the attacker, and then made the tackle to stop the attack. And Diaz coming over, making that tackle instantly. Now we've got a counter-attack even, and we might even score from this. That's an unbelievable save from the keeper there. What a jump. But you can just see every time he wins a tackle, we've got ourselves a counter-attack straight away because he can pass it out with the tackle as well. There's Diaz now. We're going to drive him forward just a little bit. Open up that space. Use that passing for him. Diaz, good dribbling from a centre-back. Drive our way through, and we get another goal. And that all stemmed again from Diaz, just controlling the ball in the middle, being nice and calm, and having good passing and dribbling. Pass and move again from Diaz, not a problem, just controlling the game. Been caught out here, 2-on-1, Diaz. Good pass, but again, look at the recovery speed, straight back into defence, ready to mark the pass. He's there, and he wins that tackle there. Now we get ourselves underway on a counter-attack. So it is half time. Unfortunately, we did concede because I had a phone call and I wasn't paying attention to the screen. Obviously, I muted it or paused it, so you didn't see that. We have a look here. Diaz on 8.0. In terms of possessions, 14 out of 14 dribbles complete. This is where he's really impressive. Look at these passes. He got a second assist. What that means is he got a pass into an assist. And that is really impressive. Look at these 16 out of 16 passes. Here's the defending. 4 tackles, 3-1. Should be 4 out of 4, but like I said, I wasn't looking at the screen. 1 interception. Offensive duels 1, 4 out of 5. Defensive duels 1, 5 out of 7. Aerial duels 1, 1 out of 1. And he's just been absolutely rock solid in the defense for us so far. Really, really impressed by him. Well, Diaz here, been caught out, but not a problem. Cutting it off again, recovering. Nowhere to go. And Diaz intercepts that there. Uses that composure to get out of the situation. Just slowing it down. Find that easy pass. And now we're underway again. Diaz has been caught out against Haaland. Look at that recovery speed. Pushes Haaland off the ball. And then we get the tackle. And now we got a pass underway. Diaz has been caught out of a 2-on-1 situation. Manages to catch up again. Overtake. Win the ball back with his strength. And then counter-attack away. Here we go. So again, Diaz here. Counter. And it gets good defensive move to make a bad pass. Diaz on the ball again. We can drive forward if we need to. We can use the skill to get away from the defenders. Been caught out, but again, great tackle. Wins that back from me doing bad skill. And then we managed to pass it out there. I think we've seen enough footage in terms of gameplay now. Let's go jump onto Footbin. So with Diaz, he is basically a million coins. And at first I was like, this is so expensive for a centre-back. But if you were to compare him to his base, which is a -2 overall, he has got a +19 on pace, a +8 on passing, a +8 on dribbling. So if he gets a +2 or a +3 overalls from doing those objectives that he needs to do, for example, win a game, appearances 3 times and 2 clean sheets, he is going to be an absolute monster of a centre-back. We had a shadow on him. Shadow keeps him lengthy and it makes him into a 95 rated centre-back, which is exactly the same as his team of the year last FIFA. So I imagine then he gets a +3. He's going to be a 98 rated centre-back out of 99. You cannot get a better centre-back than that. Having the 4-star weak foot and that really high composure and good passing from him makes him so good to pass out the back, let alone having 92 strength and 95 aggression. It means he can push players off the ball, no problem whatsoever. Being lengthy as well, especially on new gen, means if he gets overtaken, we saw it with the corner in one of those situations, he absolutely beelines it straight back to the defence, makes a tackle, turns around and gets us on our way again. There is no problem with the agility and balance, even though he's 6'2", and I was a bit concerned having high average body type at 6'2". With this agility and balance, this is actually quite high agility and balance for a centre-back. So he feels really good. With the 2-star skill means he can do step overs, but obviously not trying to do skills at all. But having the 4-star weak foot is huge. He is obviously right-footed, but having 4-star weak foot means he can play the ball nicely with his left, he can play the ball nicely with his right, and get you out of tight situations, which is absolutely massive. In terms of price, if they beat Liverpool, which I could see, they could then potentially go on, especially if they match Arsenal as well and beat Arsenal. There are no other teams I don't think that can really deal with them. You never know with football, of course, there's no guarantees. But there is a situation like this where he could get the +4s. If he gets a +4, he is the best centre-back in the game until they bring out other promo cards. But that being said, if you have any more questions, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next video. See you.